In one of our other top stories tonight, President Cyril Ramaphosa takes over the leadership of the African Union from Egypt's President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi and the African Peer Review Mechanism from Chad's President Idriss Deby. International Relations Minister Dr. Naledia Pandor says South Africa will give priority to issues of peace and security on the continent, in line with this year's theme of silencing the guns, creating a conducive environment for development. We're joined now live via, of course, our correspondent, East Africa correspondent, Sarah Kimani, to bring us up to speed with the latest developments at the African Union. A very good evening to you, Sarah. Thanks for your time. I mean, at least 17 conflicts on the continent in the same year that the African Union has set itself to end all wars. Can the guns fall silent in 10 months?
And that is a solution. That is a solution that the leaders meeting here will be seeking. Not an easy solution. These conflicts, according to the United Nations Economic Commission for Africa, have actually increased 300% since 2005. So it seems that while the continent had set itself a 2020 goal to silence the guns, it is becoming increasingly difficult. The Sahel region, in the last year alone, lost 4,000 lives to conflict. We have conflict in the Horn of Africa region. South Sudan is yet to put its house in order. We have problems in Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo. We have problems flaring up in Mozambique. So clearly every part of the continent is touched. The Boko Haram crisis in northern Nigeria. And so the leaders will be meeting here know that their work is cut out for them. We spoke earlier to former chairperson of the African Union Commission, Dr. Nkosazana Lamini Zuma, and she was saying even though that goal may not be met this year, at the end of this year, at least the continent recognizes that there are these conflicts and that they are the reason the continent has not been able to develop economically.
Sarah, so where will the focus be in terms of these conflicts?
We understand that the leaders gathering here will concentrate mainly on three main conflicts on the continent. They will be talking about Libya, and in that meeting where they will be talking about Libya, President Ramaphosa, together with African leaders who will be meeting there, the President of Congo, Denis Sassou Nguesso, is chairing a committee to find a solution on Libya. They will be joined by the United Nations Secretary General Antonio Guterres, and they will be trying to see if the meetings that happened in Berlin and the meeting that happened in Congo Brazzaville earlier can reach a solution and come up with an agreement on exactly how to move forward with the Libya crisis. They will also be discussing the issue of the Sahel region, Burkina Faso, Mali, where a conflict has claimed more than 4,000 lives, as I said before, and displaced at least 670,000 children. So they will be trying to see whether the peacekeeping troops that are sent there, mainly supported by France, are doing their job right and what more can be done. They'll also be talking about the South Sudan crisis. Now, South Sudan has until February the 22nd to sign an agreement of the formation, actually to form the government of national unity. We understand that there are various issues that are still sticking out, and so various governments, including the US, have sent a warning that they will be issuing more sanctions to the leadership in South Sudan if the guns do not fall silent in that country and if a government of national unity is not formed by the 22nd of February. So those three main conflicts are the ones that the leaders here will focus on.
Sarah, and in fact, I wanted to speak about South Sudan. You did indicate it has until the 22nd of this month to form a government of national unity. Do we know what is the progress in terms of talks between President Salva Kiir and his former deputy, Dr. Riek Machar?
Well, we understand that there is a stalemate with Dr. Machar saying that he may need, his faction may need at least 4 more months, and that the deadline of the February 22nd should be extended. Among the issues that are yet to be dealt with is the merging of the armies, his troops and also the troops of Salva Kiir. There's the issue of the number of provinces, the issue of the states, so to speak, and they cannot seem to agree on that number and the boundaries. So and also about his movement into Juba, how will he get protection? So those issues still standing out. However, we understand that this meeting that will be held here in Addis Ababa, led by IGAD tomorrow, the East African bloc, they will be pushing for an agreement, and they will be telling them, fix the government first, have a government of national unity in place first, and then all the other issues can be solved slowly, gradually. Because in South Sudan, thousands have died and at least 1 million people are displaced either in the country or outside the country. This crisis has been going on for 7 years now. The region saying that it cannot continue, and the Western nations also are getting fatigued with the situation in South Sudan.
All right, Sarah, I'm afraid that's all we have time for tonight. Thank you very much for your time. SABC East Africa correspondent Sarah Kimani, ahead of the African Union Heads of State and Government Summit this weekend. Thanks indeed for your time.